Right, hola, you guys. This is part two of surviving a narcissist. Subtopic: how I became a single parent. So yesterday I kind of started on the background a little bit of how our relationship started. We started out as friends, and like I said, went from a friendship to a situationship, and then we decided to be committed after I found out that I was pregnant with my first child. Talked a little bit about me thinking I could never have children, and then of course I also talked about how I changed my eating habits, and by changing my eating habits, that is what caused me to be able to reverse my PCOS or PCOS, which was a blessing in disguise. Like I said previously, I did not have to take anything. I did not have to really work out that much. The only big difference or the major change was I cut out all processed food. I cut out all meat, and I cut out all fast food, unless it was like a Greek or a Mediterranean restaurant, which was fortunate for me. I was living in Birmingham at the time. There's a lot of choices, a lot of food choices when it comes to restaurants there. In Birmingham, they have some great food. Not better than Louisiana, but they did have some excellent food choices. Matter of fact, I worked at a restaurant that has some great, excellent food choices. A lot of the concern that a lot of people have when they're changing their diet. This is just a side note, sidebar, I guess. A lot of concern people have, like when they transition to like a plant-based diet, is that like, will they ever be full, or are they gonna miss meat? I feel like transitioning to a plant-based diet is just like any type of addiction or habit that you have. We all have our own habits. We all have our own addictions. So I mean, of course, you're gonna have cravings. Like people that have a habit of smoking or drinking, or I feel like eating the wrong things and overeating can also become a habit or a coping mechanism. So as with anything, when you're trying to make a change or a transition, you're gonna have cravings. You're gonna have withdrawals. I tell anybody, if you're gonna transition to a plant-based diet, don't try to do it cold turkey. I started out with a 30-day fast, and how I fasted was I didn't eat anything from sun up to sundown. So that's basically from 6 a.m. in the morning to about 6 p.m. in the afternoon. I didn't eat anything. However, I did drink water, and that's just like anything. You have to do what works for you. So I didn't do the type of fast where I didn't eat or drink anything, because with my other health conditions that I have, I didn't want to take that chance, of getting dehydrated and then ended up in the hospital. So I did drink water. That's all I drank. So from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m., the only thing I did was drink water. And then after 6 p.m., I would always prepare myself something to eat. I didn't go out to a restaurant or get fast food, because that used to be my habit when I was working, because I would be so tired and drained, because I was teaching school at a private school during that time, and I would be so tired and drained from my work day, till I would just go to a fast food place, and I was using all types of excuses. I'm tired, I don't feel good, I'm in pain, but I was making unhealthy choices at every fast food place I was going to. I was making unhealthy choices when I would go there, but that was the biggest thing I did. Like I said, I changed my whole diet. I ate vegetables, fruit. Like, I just basically went plant-based. I didn't eat any type of anything that was labeled vegan or anything that was already prepared or frozen. I didn't eat any of that. I made everything fresh. So that's some pointers for anybody that's listening. Even with me this is before I became a single parent, actually. So I'm kind of backtracking here. So moving forward in the story. So when I met my ex, and how I became a single parent, he was a narcissist. I find out later. I don't think I had ever encountered an actual narcissist before in my entire life. But when you look at the definition of a narcissist, like I'm saying, my ex was a narcissist, and I have two children with my ex. I have two boys, and I'm determined to break that cycle. And if you're a single parent and you're listening, or if you've ever been in a relationship with a narcissist and you're listening, this is a definition of a narcissist. It is a mental condition characterized by grandiosity, an inflated sense of self-importance and superiority over others, a need for admiration, lack of empathy, exploitation of others, envy, and arrogance. Need for affirmation. My ex was a firm believer in talking to more than one female. He had more than one female on his roster at all times. Matter of fact, when I met him, he was still, I didn't know at the time. Like, I knew he gave me vibes. Like, I got vibes from him that he was, I guess, a so-called player, if you want to call it. But like I said, during that time, I wasn't really looking for a relationship anyway. I was pretty much in my stage of, I'm going to do what I want to do, and I'm not going to worry about what people think about it. So I didn't really care at the time that he was talking to multiple people, because I just felt like he was just pretty much like a pit stop or a fun time for me during that time. And like I said, I never thought I would have children anyway. So yeah, it was just a fun time. And when I first met him, he gave off vibes like that he wasn't a monogamous person. But like I said, it didn't really matter to me at the time because I wasn't trying to be in a relationship anyway. That may be surprising to hear, but you know, being raised the way I was raised, like I was raised, you know, by Christian, God-fearing parents. My dad, he was a minister for over 50 years. My mom, of course, minister's wife. Anybody that knows me, they knows, like, you know, I was a church girl. I always went to church. Every time the doors open, we were there. Yeah, so this type of situation, I had never been in anything like that where, oh, we're just friends, and we're just having fun together. But anyway, so he gave off that vibe like he was a player, but I didn't pay attention to any of those red flags at all, period. He had an inflated sense of self-importance. He thought he was Mr. Everything. I'm normally not attracted to guys like that. He constantly needed attention and praise. That's where all the women, him needing all those women, came from. He had a whole lot of female friends, and he would try to convince you, oh, we're just friends with all these different females. Lack of empathy. He really didn't care about how others felt and what they thought. He would say whatever he was thinking and whatever was on his mind. And, you know, that was kind of exciting to me at that time because I had never ever done that. Like, I'm an empath. Like, I always considerate and I always think before I speak. Exploitation of others. Yeah, he was taking advantage of a lot of different people. For example, say if he was doing a service for a person, he was a barber, he was a massage therapist, he was a plumber. So say if he goes to a female's house and he like her sink is messed up, not only did she pay him to fix her sink, she also would sleep with him, but then she would still pay him. And I still don't understand that, how he was able to convince different females to pay him for his services even after he slept with them, basically. Me, on the other hand, I never paid him for anything, which is crazy, you know, when you look back and think about it. Is that in our whole entire relationship, I didn't pay him for anything. Like, he was paying for everything and taking care of everything, and also he was helping me physically as well. So yeah, kind of crazy. There's definitely gonna be a part 3. Yeah, definitely gonna be a part 3 to this story. But yeah, he was showing all these signs of being a narcissist. But like I said, I had never ever encountered actual narcissist before, so I really didn't recognize them in the little red flags. Like I said, I bypassed all of them because we were just supposed to be having fun with each other. I didn't know that this is going to be a long-term thing. So just keep that in mind. You know, when you're going through whatever phase you're going through, that it could turn into a long